Morning, guys. Hope all of you are doing well this morning. I'm going to continue to go forward a little bit more. We're getting closer to the end of my memory journey, but not quite there just yet. Have any of you ever kept up with zodiacs, astrological charts? On the Native American zodiac, I'm a goose. Actually, everyone in my family's a bird. My wife's a raven, my son's an owl, I'm a goose. Thought that was pretty funny. On the Chinese zodiac, I'm a snake. And then on the, the normal zodiac that you hear most people talking about, I'm a Capricorn. It's pretty interesting, you know. We look at these signs and they give us little tidbits of information based on, to give us, I guess, hints, clues on our personality traits and things that we might be good at or, like or dislike. And it's fun, right? A lot of people probably, looking at that thing when you're dating and things like that. It's always, fun little icebreakers. I can remember that being an icebreaker. What's your zodiac? But there's other things that the zodiac and the astrological charts are used for, and that's magic. Hermetic magic comes to mind. The next phase of rituals that I was to be groomed and prepared for were more serious. As you progress and move forward among these occult groups and advance, the rituals become harder. These rituals did involve studying the stars, and certain disciplines and practices that the operator would have to do. Sometimes they would have to abstain from certain intimate acts for months before going into ritual. These rituals are known as HGA, or Holy Guardian Angel. I shared a book on Facebook and on YouTube that described the steps, the procedures for these rituals. I don't have a copy of that book. It's a dangerous book to have. There's a lot of dark magic in it, or dark magic teachings. It's an old text, one that was translated by a master mason. His name was MacGregor Mathers. And the book I speak of is the Sacred Book of Magic of Abra Malin. Abra was an old church mage. This book describes how to invoke, summon an angel through a medium. These rituals are more intense. I mean, the last one I described to you was pretty intense, but these ones are more demanding. They require the operator to be very meticulous to a T before attempting this. I believe the goal of these rituals is to have the angel depart a gift or an offering of some sort to the operator, if the entity is so willing. And I was used for several of these. But the angels I was used for are not the ones that you might think of. I was used to summon fallen angels. Belial, Baphomet are a couple that come to mind. I don't remember those rituals with them specifically. They were revealed to me in a dream. But there is one that I do remember. It's probably the most important one that I was able to do. This one gained me some notoriety among the occult group for the angel that I was able to, or that would come to me, I guess I should say. He's picky. He's a legion king of subtlety. A shape-shifting angel. One that has been described to appear as a toad, a cat, or a man. For the fallen one that I'm describing, these groups like to see. They liked him a lot. If he cooperates and done so properly, he can grant the ability of cloaking, invisibility. Probably why he's so sought after. And his name is none other than King Baal. He liked coming to me for some reason. And it made my family proud. Made me busy. I can remember waking up, coming to in the middle of this one. And these rituals, they cover your face, some kind of veil over your eyes. And I can remember waking up and hearing chanting, El Sakur Anka Baal, around me. Multiple men. I remember feeling a rush, a rising. And hearing almost like wind past your ears. If you've ever jumped off of a really high tree into the river, you know that rush as you're falling. And I saw him, figure of a man. And then I black out, and that's all I remember for that particular ritual. The next morning was Sunday morning, church day. And we get to church. Dad pulls into the parking lot, opens the car, and We're greeted by, I guess he was Dad's understudy at the time, a family friend. At that time, I used to play with his son. He comes to the car. As I'm stepping out, he goes, "Oh, hey, big guy." I'm still a little boy. I'm 5, maybe 6 years old. And I remember when he said that, I remember thinking, you've never talked to me like that before. Almost as if he was like afraid. Dad's smiling. He looks proud. That was nice. Anyway, we'll fast forward. Nothing too eventful during the service. And the service is over, and I'm playing out in the churchyard with that guy's son, as I normally would. We're rolling around, roughhousing out in the grass, and his dad, that man, walks up behind me, and he goes, "Bale? Bale? Bale?" And I remember turning around and looking at him and being like, thinking, why are you calling me that? And I must have had that look on my face because he looks and turns as pale as a ghost and goes, "Nothing," and walks off as fast as he can. I guess he must have realized what he saw wasn't fate. That was the first time that something like that had ever happened to me. There was another time. The second time that happened to me was in my 20s. And I had been a praise and worship leader for a big church out in Springfield, Georgia. And as I'm on stage, I'm setting up, getting ready for the service, getting my gear out, plugging in the pedals, whatnot. One of the young youth at the time who was playing drums for me, we didn't play long together, but he played for a little while. And he comes up behind me, smacks me on my shoulder, and goes, "Hey, Bale? Bale? Come on, Bale?" As if we had some inside secret and I was going to fill him in. I look at him and I'm like, "What? Again, why are you calling me that?" The same look, pale as a ghost. "Nothing." Walks off as fast as he can. Both of those things happened at church. Church people. God protected me. He protects me. He's faithful. And I'm faithful to him. I will say, I do need to show some gratitude for those two guys. Thank you, if you ever see this. Because if it wasn't for your disbelief and arrogance, I may have never connected the dots. So thank you for playing your part. thank God for protecting me. Have a good day, guys.